Dallas writes she lives in a condo building, and every once in a while she feels the building shake. Minor shakes, mind you, but tremors nonetheless. Another owner of another condo said that she had it inspected in this building, and there was no problem with the building itself. I guess this is after the worry of what happened in Florida a number of years ago. The inspection found no problem. So she's wondering, what are the tremors from? Can you give us what your thoughts are?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, that we live in an area that does not have a high frequency of earthquakes. I mean, we are close enough to a fault zone, further south of us in Tennessee, further to the west, it's close enough that, something could happen here. We were, what was it? 15, 20 years ago, we had a couple of good sized ones that hit. I know I was in Evansville, Indiana during the day for one. I was laying in bed at home in Louisville for the other, and those were pretty good. But a lot of the rumblings that we're feeling right now seem to be revolve around road construction that's taking place, or work that's being done in land development, apartment complexes. I mean, we sit, because of the rock that we sit on. A lot of rock has to be removed when they do site work. So any new buildings, I know that the big VA hospital, up on Zorn, we all saw the reports about blasting that threw giant rocks, out onto the waterson. So some of those tremors may be coming from those construction areas. The people around the East End, Lake Forest in particular, they sit, atop a quarry, and oftentimes you feel rumblings there as they're doing blasting, well below ground in that quarry. So
right. How far would the blast tremor rumble?
I understand. Yeah, I understand some of those things can go for miles, just depending on where they are. The other thing, we hear things too, right? I mean, sometimes you hear blastings, you hear some of these things that go on out there, and they don't seem to be anywhere close to you. But depending on when the wind is blowing, like sometimes, I mean, I'm out east, but I can hear at times the engines, spooling up at the airport. It's just depending on which way the wind blows. So there's those things can happen.
Yeah, and if Dallas lives in a tower of some sort, just simply the way the condo building is constructed could amplify anything that's happening in the area. But just so you know, I did do some research. The New Madrid seismic zone is located in the extreme southwest Missouri area and close to the states of Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Illinois. And the zone is a result of the Reelfoot Rift, an ancient fault line deep underground. And as you mentioned, 15, 20 years ago, we did feel some movement from that.